Again, I just wanted to come back and add another part to my experiences with the Freedom is Internal collection. My first video was about how I use this collection to get rid of my allergies. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I suggest you go and listen to that one. It gives a very interesting experiential anecdote of the power of this system and how, because it works at an energetic DNA level, how effective it can be in changing things that you normally don't think can be changed. Now, the basis of this system is to, what it does is it converts misused anger and fear into love and innocence. The power of our lives, the quality of our lives, meaning we're living the kind of life that we want, is based in how much of our lives we are living through our love and innocence. It's completely unconditional. It's like basically how newborn babies come into the world. They're just completely innocent, living through that love and innocence. They don't have judgments, they don't have preconceived ideas or notions or filters. They are just in the world being who they are. So that is what the system does. It gets you back to that state. As we go through life, we have, collected all of these misperceptions and things that haven't been addressed, and so we just hold them into our psyche, we hold them in our body, and they tend to create all kinds of maladies, all kinds of mindsets that cause us to struggle unnecessarily. and ultimately causes us, illnesses and other things that just make life an uphill battle when it doesn't have to be. So that's the nature of this system and what it does. And what it can do is pretty endless. So what I'm going to cover in today's short video is I'm going to cover some of the traps, one of the traps that you can fall into when using this system. So this is an important video to listen to because a lot of people fall into this trap, especially people that are in their heads. The logical people, the people that are in their minds all the time. You know that the type, if you're one, if you're in your mind all the time because you're always thinking about, you're never in the moment. You're never in the moment. You're always thinking about what you should have done, what you did, what you need to do, what you have to do. You're judging how well you did it. You're worried about what you're going to do. You're just in your mind, and that is a big key. It's are you in the moment right now? Do you know what's going on around you? Can you feel what's going on around you? And are you experiencing what's going on around you? That means you're in the moment. You're in your heart. If you're not, you're distracted. You're just not paying attention. You're in your head, and you're thinking about something else other than where you are right now and what you're doing right now in this moment. So what I want to share with you in regards to that is this material works when you are in your heart, because it's about being in the moment and using each moment to support you in being able to convert this misused anger, fear that we hold on to, and convert that back into love and innocence. You can only do that in the moment, and you can only do that at the emotional level, which is in the heart. And when you're living in the moment, you're living in and at the emotional level. So that's where this material is so powerful and so effective, because it knows it's operating on the laws of energy and how energy works and how it converts from one form to another. And so when you are in the moment, you are given these tools that in that moment allow you to convert that energy. So, and I know one of the things I noticed is when I'm using these tools, when I'm in the moment using them and experiencing the use of the tools as I'm using them, I can actually feel that energy converting inside of me. I can feel it. When I'm just kind of using them and I'm, thinking of something else at the time, I can see that they're not effective. So it's very, very experiential, and it increases your powers of observation of what's going on with you, which is really important in terms of being able to move quickly from running up against your blocks to just being able to get around them and then experiencing a different quality of life. This doesn't have to take years and years and years and years and years and years. Okay, the more clear your intent is, the more your desire to change is, and the less hidden agendas you have, which is the opposite of clear intent. Clear intent means you don't have hidden agendas. So I just basically said the same thing, but I'm giving you another way of looking at it. Then you will succeed, you will go through this conversion of energy very quickly, relatively speaking. So that's one of the things that I want to share with you, the importance of when you are using this system, when you are using the wisdom in this system and you are applying it to your experiences in the moment, okay? With the laws of energy, that's when you can convert it. You can't convert this with your mind, okay? You can't convert that hidden energy with your mind. It's with your heart. And when you are in that experience and you use the wisdom of the system and apply it to that experience in that moment, okay? Not 5 minutes later, not 10 minutes later. It's too late then. It's in that moment. And when you're in your heart, that's when the wisdom comes up to be able to use. If you're in your mind and you're just not paying attention, you're in the judgment of it, that maybe it shouldn't have happened this way, it should have been different, you're trying to pretend that it's not really a problem or not really something you're experiencing because you're judging it and you're labeling it a problem, then you're in your mind and you won't bring up the wisdom. I've had this experience several, believe me, more times than I care to admit here. So it's it doesn't work when you're in your mind because the wisdom does not come up. I can't tell you again how many times I've gone through an experience, but because I was in my mind, that wisdom did not come up. When I was in my heart in the moment, it automatically came up. So for those of you that are in your mind all the time, and you're wanting to be in your heart, you want to experience life in your heart, and you're like, well, how do I get more into my heart? Because I had that question myself. It's like, because I was so in my mind, just so in my mind. And I still, observe myself being in my mind more often than what I would like. However, I know that now. I'm able to observe, whereas before I just was not even aware that I was in my mind. So that now when I see that, I can get into my heart and be in the moment. So when that happens, okay, one of the things that you can do is do things that are really joyful for you. And joyful, and that was one of the reasons why it was taking me longer, because I stopped doing things that were joyful, because that's how much I was in my mind. I stopped doing things that were joyful, so I didn't practice getting into my heart and being in my heart. One of the things that I would do that would bring me a lot of joy, because when you're in the joy and you're in the happiness and excitement of what you're doing, you're in your heart. One of the things that I did was go snowboarding. That brought me a tremendous amount of joy. I was like in a different state of consciousness. I was on seventh heaven. So practicing and doing things that bring you that kind of joy is really important, because then you can be very effective with the system. You can be very effective with the wisdom and applying it from moment to moment. And then you will see rapid transformations, or excuse me, conversions of energy in your body. And ultimately what will happen is you will see it having an effect in your physical life. You will experience like I did when I was first started using the system to get rid of my allergies. I was in that joy, and I um, experienced a rapid transformation. So it's really something that you can really do just to feed your heart and your soul is to find things that bring you joy. Put yourself in the heart, and then the wisdom will automatically come up to be able to apply it to your day-to-day experiences. The more you apply it to your experiences, the faster you'll go. So that's the one thing that I wanted to, one pitfall that I wanted to share with you with this system in regards to what, in regards to not being able to use it as efficiently and effectively as you could be using it. So that's the end of the video. I would love to hear what kind of things that you guys do to put you in your heart. You know, um, what kind of things bring you joy that you do that you notice, oh my, I'm in my heart, it puts me in the moment. And please share in the comment section. So like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video as well if you like it. Thanks, and bye for now.